Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here, and thanks for watching. I just wanted to bring you an update really on the longer range forecast, give you an idea of where things are going, because we're going to be seeing some fine weather around during this weekend, but really don't get used to that because things are changing again. It looks as if things are going to go far more unsettled as we go through the coming days and weeks. Let me just show you these charts. This is the GFS model from weatheronline.co.uk, and time of the chart is shown up here. This is 10 o'clock on Thursday morning. As I run through, you'll notice how that area of high pressure builds look nicely as we get through into Friday, Saturday, Sunday and through the weekend. Generally dry conditions. The blue here, by the way, shading is precipitation. Notice how it stays generally dry and fine, but then just look what starts to happen as we get through in towards the middle part of next week. Another area of low pressure coming in, centering itself to the west of the British Isles, and then bang, look at this for the second half of next week. Low pressure dominating. Notice how the precip becomes more widespread, and look as we head through in towards the 12th of July, so getting into the week after next. Wow, really dominated there by low pressure. High pressure just trying to get in once or twice, but it really is a case of low pressure dominating things as we get through in towards the middle part of July. So why is this happening? Well, let me just show the jet stream charts. This again from weatheronline.co.uk. Now then, this is the 500 millibar chart, and what we're looking for are these lines becoming close together. So the jet stream blows through where these lines are together. So we've got one just blowing through here, and it's coming down through here at the moment and stops within here. But just watch what happens as the sequence runs through. Look, we've got very, very few lines across us at the moment, so very, very weak jet stream across the British Isles. One is forming though out in the Atlantic, look, towards the west through here, and here's another section of it running down to southern parts of Europe through the Mediterranean as well. But as the sequence runs through, so it becomes more and more pronounced. Look, by the time we get through to the middle part of next week, a real pronounced jet here to the south of the country, a real trough coming through here, and that really does show that conditions are going to be getting more and more unsettled. And in fact, by the time we get through towards next weekend, the jet stream blowing right the way across the top of us, bringing us back into these unsettled conditions, and in fact becoming established across the more southern parts of the country as we get through into the middle part of the week after next, and blowing right the way through across the Atlantic and through Europe too. Now, why can we have confidence in the model at this sort of range when sometimes you just can't believe what the model says at all? Well, the reason is that if you compare the models, let's just have a look. This is the ensemble model for midnight on Tuesday. If we compare that with the ECMWF for exactly the same time, yep, there we are, low pressure out towards the west of the country, and compare it in with the Canadian model as well for the same time, look, they're all doing exactly the same thing. Now then, let's knock it on to 192 hours, which is a week today, and let's just have a look and see what's going on there. Well, low pressure look dominating, a much more unsettled situation there on the Canadian model. Let's just take a look how that looks on the ensemble model from the GFS. Low pressure dominating again, and if we bring it up on the ECMWF, what happens with that one? Low pressure is in again. So you can see that we can have reasonable faith in what the model is trying to do. Why could this be? Well, sea surface temperatures, again we've got this cold pool look in the middle of the Atlantic, and we've got this warmer water through the mid-Atlantic region. Now I'm just wondering if this is enhancing convection across these parts of the Atlantic, and it's that's generating the ideas of more unstable weather coming across here, and the reason for the jet stream being that little bit further south than you would normally expect it to see. And the Pacific, things are different now. Not sure that this has a complete impact on our weather, but it's quite interesting to take a look at. In a La Nina at the moment, and it's just coming up out of the La Nina, just going to touch neutral, but then dips back down, look, into the La Nina as we get through into the autumn and winter period. So could this mean that our winter is going to be going cold once again? It'll be very interesting to see if that's what happens. And this is just a fun outlook for you really that I just wanted to put up to show you where we're thinking in the longer range just at the moment. And these are the seasonal outlooks from the CFS model, and the one that's of interest really is here, January, February, March, and this one December, January, February, because these are the winter predictions. Notice how the CFS has just got this block of cold air below normal temperatures across eastern parts of Europe. Now I'm wondering, is that going to be a little bit further east? Could it be that we are actually within the zone of this much colder weather? My feeling at the moment is that we are headed for another very cold winter. Of course, we'll have to wait and see, but that seems to be where the thinking is going just at the moment. But for the time being, well, make the most of the dry weather that we've got, because from about Tuesday to Wednesday of next week, things do look like they are going to become increasingly more unsettled, with low pressure taking control, and really wouldn't surprise me if that sort of pattern didn't persist until at least about the 20th of July. Interesting thought, things getting wetter and cooler once again. Summer 2011 continues, and thank you for watching. Keep the sun shining.